Hi everyone, welcome back to Healthy with Nicole. Today I wanted to give you my 6-week post-explant update. So for those of you that are new here, my name is Nicole Carter. I am a health coach and a survivor of ulcerative colitis and most recently a explant patient. So I did get implants about 10 years ago and they were fine. I had no problems that I knew of for most of those years. And then about 2 years ago, I started to have a little thought in my head about their safety. And I wondered if it was affecting me. And I think that over the last 2 years, it started to get louder and louder, that little voice. And I just felt compelled, based on the research that I had done and the risks that I had found that they pose, I had just been compelled to get them out. So 6 weeks ago, I underwent that explant surgery. It was a 6-hour surgery, so no small affair and definitely a tough recovery. But I'm so glad I did it, and for so many reasons. First of all, I don't want those toxic bags in my body. They have been shown to rupture, and even if they don't rupture, they can still cause a lot of health problems. People that have ruptures can have the fluid disperse through their body and cause all sorts of toxic effects. In fact, getting into their lymph node where you can't get it out. So I felt, getting them out before we had a rupture is the best bet. So I'm really glad I did it for that reason, mostly as a way to prevent an ongoing illness. Also, I have to say that something that has kind of come to me is more than just wanting to be back at my natural body. I have a teenage daughter, and I didn't want her to get the message, which is everywhere, that we have to constantly strive for a certain look. So it's really the antithesis of accepting our bodies where they are. And I certainly wouldn't want her to undergo breast implant surgery just to feel better about her body. I would hope that we could work on confidence and acceptance and things like that. Otherwise, it's one thing to be overweight and being able to get into shape better and be healthier by changing your diet and exercising. I think those are healthy behaviors and healthy changes. So I'm not saying accept a body that's unhealthy, but I know for me, I didn't like the way that my boobs looked after breastfeeding, and I was really self-conscious of it. And that was the reason I chose it. But looking back now at everything I know, I wouldn't do it again. And that's kind of the message I want to send to my daughter. I've showed her the scars, which are pretty intense. And she saw my recovery, which was pretty intense. So I think one of the big reasons now, this wasn't a reason before, but one of the biggest reasons now is because I want to send the right message to my daughter, that, getting a bunch of different procedures or whatever on the outside to make you look differently. And what are we trying to look like anyway? I think there's a status quo. I live in Southern California, in Orange County, no less, where it's very common to, people have all sorts of things that they do to their body. And I'm definitely one for doing things that help you to look and feel better and feel your best. However, at what point? At what cost? At some point we got to draw the line. So I am back to my small natural size. I am a B cup. I was a D cup, and my daughter is small. So I think she is much more accepting of herself, even just seeing that I'm accepting of myself. And I think that has become so much more of a reason for me after the fact, now that I'm through it. But I will say there's some other benefits as well, some other physical benefits that I've noticed. I used to have a lot of wrist pain. I didn't have an injury. I didn't do anything that I knew of that ever hurt it. I surf, and I would put my hands down to pop up on the surfboard and feel that pain. And sometimes I couldn't even put weight on that wrist, and I would put it on the left wrist and then topple over. And so I noticed it all the time, but especially then, but it would just ache periodically through the day. And this been going on for months, maybe a year. And I haven't had it since the surgery. So in the last 6 weeks, 0 wrist pain. I also haven't been working out as hard. I'm doing very little upper body work. So that could be a factor. I'm going to keep a close eye onto whether it comes back or not. Tomorrow, I actually go see my physician for an update on what I can do at my 6-week mark. Right now, I'm not able to swim. I'm not able to get in the ocean yet, which crossing my fingers I get the green light tomorrow. But I am able to shower. I am able to use the, bicycles, and I can use my weights and do lower body exercises. But so far, nothing really upper body. So those are the biggest benefits that I have seen. I've noticed a few other things, like it's really hard to quantify, but my mood. I feel like I am in a better mood. I don't know if that's attributing to just feeling less concerned about what's in my chest or what exactly that is, but I do feel like I am happier and a better mood. I don't know. It's really hard to explain. And I think that's the thing with people that do have problems with their implants, is they don't know that they can necessarily tie it together, and it's something a little bit esoteric and a little bit abstract, and we don't really know exactly if it's connected, and it's sometimes even hard to put your finger on what you are feeling. But those are some of the things that I've noticed so far, and I think there's probably going to be more to come. I know that my breasts are changing day over day, week over week, and I'm told they will change for months. So I'm only a couple months in, not even. January 3rd was my surgery. Today is Valentine's Day, February 14th. So only 6 weeks post-operative. And already seeing great benefits, but I will say I'm very, very happy. And the scars will fade. But other than that, there's, of course, I had to pay out of pocket for that. I had to pay out of pocket for that surgery. So of course that's never fun. But I would say all in all, it has been totally worth it. And I had a really good experience in the big picture of things. So if you have an explant story, I'd love to hear it. You can comment below, or anything surrounding what I've just talked about today. It is a big issue, and there's still millions of women getting breast implants, but I think that they might not be quite informed. I know I wasn't 10 years ago. As to the risk, because they weren't really talking about it then. Now there's a black box warning on breast implants. I don't know if patients actually see them or not. I don't think I ever got the opportunity to really look into the risks of breast implants. But I think if you really want to pursue that, and that you really think that's going to make you feel better, which I personally don't think it will, maybe in the short term, but then ask those deep questions and do some research and really make sure that you feel that the risk is worth it for you. I don't feel like it was, but hey, you're not me, I'm not you, and only you can make the best decision for yourself. Anyway, I hope you liked that video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Please tag a friend that has breast implant illness, or is contemplating a breast implant procedure or a breast explant procedure. I think it's important that we just get the most information out there from personal experiences as possible, because experience doesn't lie, right? It is the truth, and we don't always know about research. It's kind of hard to know these days. So comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.